Let's see if that changes. 4:25 p.m. Eastern. Arizona Cardinals 10-5, 7-1 on the road at Dallas Cowboys 11-4, 5-2 at home at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Let's start with the market that we are dealing with here. We have Dallas opening up as 5-point favorites. Let's move to 5.5. This total has shot up quickly. It opened up 50 at Bet365. It's now 51.5 or 52. Let's take a look over at the cash flow in this spot. We have 3,228 tickets in, 60% of the tickets on the Cowboys, 83% of the cash. Then we have 90% of tickets on the over and 96% of cash on the over. Cardinals come in off an ugly 22-16 home loss to the undermanned Indianapolis Colts. They failed to clinch a playoff spot for the third straight week. They're 3-5 since starting the season 7-0. Kyler Murray, 27-43, 245 yards, a touchdown, no picks. He also ran 4 times for 74 yards. Chase Edmonds caught 8 passes for 71 yards and ran 16 times for 56 yards. So he was their leading receiver. And that's a problem. This Cardinals wide receiving core used to be so deadly with so many weapons. You had their leading receiver, a running back, their second leading receiver, a tight end. Zach Ertz caught 8 passes for 54 yards. Then Christian Kirk's next. He caught 7 passes for 48 yards. The DeAndre Hopkins injury starting to loom large over this wide receiving core. The defense did put pressure on Wentz, sacked him twice, hit him 7 times. Running back James Conner and Rondale Moore were both inactive, and it hurt them. Conner dealing with a heel injury, 700 yards rushing, 14 touchdowns. Moore dealing with an ankle injury, 54 passes he's caught this season. Cornerback Marco Wilson hurt his shoulder near the end of the first half. He didn't return. The Cardinals were missing 3-time Pro Bowler center Rodney Hudson and punter Andy Lee due to COVID. And this is a giant game. So I brought up the injury report to see if anything was added. Javon Hagan, safety, and Breon Borders, cornerback, are on the reserve COVID list. That was today. Yesterday, on Monday, Sean Harlow, the guard, is on the COVID list. Marcus Golden, linebacker, was added to the COVID list. And then other than that, it's the people we already know. It's Andy Lee, the punter, from the 22nd. DeAndre Hopkins on for the year. Sorry, excuse me. That's it. So they're not dealing with a crisis like some of these teams are. Whether that will change in the days leading up, we'll have to keep an eye on. Cowboys coming off a dominant 56-14 win at home over Washington Sunday Night Football. They're up 42-7 at the half, tied a franchise record for first half points. They'd already put up 389 yards of offense in the first 30 minutes. Most points since a 59-14 victory over the Niners in 1980. Washington allowed its most points since 2010. Ugly. Dak was 28 of 39 for 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Amari Cooper, 7 catches for 85 yards. Malik Turner sighting, 3 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 8 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. I believe 2 weeks ago he was targeted 7 times, made 7 catches. So he made 8 catches. He was targeted 9 times. This guy just doesn't drop balls and gets open. It's just a hell of a tight end. The defense swarmed, 5 sacks, 10 quarterback hits, an interception by DeMarcus Lawrence that he returned 40 yards for a TD, another pick by Trayvon Diggs. If you saw the way they acted when DeMarcus Lawrence returned that touchdown, that they love him. They love this vet. Love him. And he said this is the best defense he's ever been on. Micah Parsons had his 13th sack. He's 1.5 from breaking Javon Curse's NFL rookie record that he did with the Tennessee Titans in 1999. Dallas left tackle Tyron Smith missed a 2nd consecutive game. 5th game overall this year with that ankle injury. He's been bothering him. Malik Hooker and Jordan Lewis went on the COVID reserve list during the week. And today they put on a punter, Hunter Niswander. Yesterday they put on linebacker Francis Bernard. So Jordan Lewis we already mentioned, and Malik Hooker we already mentioned. So they're not bad. They are not bad with this COVID list. Tristan Hill, defensive tackle. Not bad. Very, very big game here. And I wonder if we can use what everybody's been seeing recently from these two teams. But you know what? Maybe the Cardinals are just done. Let's hear what Bebsie has to say.
The Arizona Cardinals are the Pittsburgh Steelers of last year. Remember when the Steelers started 11-0 and then they shit the bed horribly? This is Arizona. They're being figured out. They've lost some key players for sure. But it's fade the Cardinals. Dallas is getting stronger. They're playing great. Arizona's going the other way, and it's not a last week thing. It's the last 6 weeks. This is what we're seeing. We're seeing one team get exposed, and we're seeing another team get hot. And somebody in the chat was talking about Kyler Murray rush props. Not with Micah Parsons on the field. No chance. Do not. If you're going to do it, take the under. But yeah, this Arizona Cardinals is very, very vulnerable against this Dallas Cowboys team. And I can't see them moving the ball against this Dallas defense. And there's no way that Cardinals D is going to stop that Dallas offense.
So do you want to move on the Cowboys here?
I'm going to move on the Cowboys here.
All right, well, let's line shop for you and see what we can get you. We'll start with Circa, see what Circa's hanging. They're hanging, oh my goodness. Circa's afraid of this. They're hanging the Cowboys -3.5, but it's at -137. It's something they do when they don't want action on one side or they feel like they've got too much action on one side. Try to create a situation where they can get it on the other side or people will stop betting it. -5.5 at -105 at Pinnacle. I imagine that's going to be the best number. We'll take a look at what FanDuel is offering here. FanDuel is offering the Dallas Cowboys at -5 at -110. Would you like that? -5, -110 on the Cowboys?
I would like that.
All right, let's lock that in for you. And other books are all at 5.5. All right, Cowboys for Bebsie. Cowboys -5, -110 at FanDuel. All right, let's keep rolling. But before we do, Trammell says Mac Beavers, talking to Mac Beavers, great capper in our chat, says, no letdown this week. Cardinals too banged up. Plus already clinched 2. Cardinals can drop the last 2 games, still make the playoffs. And that would end up with the Cardinals at, that would mean the Cardinals end up at 10-7. Yeah, you're right. They'll still get a wild card spot. Do you think the fact that the Cowboys have clinched the division will take anything off their game?
No, I don't think so, because I think they still they could still potentially get the number 1 seed. Probably not, but they could still. And I don't think it's time for them to take their foot off the gas. That's for sure.
All right, let's roll on. Not flush, much love to you, my guy. Okay, let's roll on. But Trammell says books don't need Cardinals to cover. They're going to get plenty of Cardinals money at +5. People placing them in teasers. Dallas will roll 14-point win probably. Wow.